The story takes place in a village where all the inhabitants make their living by fishing on the edge of a lake. We see a little girl, the daughter of one of the fishermen, sitting in front of the water, but her father tries to scare her away from the lake, telling her that if she goes down to it, a demon will devour her. The girl then looks at the water and stares into it. Suddenly, her father appears from under the water to frighten her again, and the girl begins to cry. To calm her down, the father dives under the water and lifts his legs in the air to make her laugh. But something grabs him from below and drags him down into the depths. The little girl believes her father is playing with her and making funny movements. But it turns out that something had pulled him under and eaten him as his blood appears on the surface of the water. All the fishermen gather in panic, comforting the poor wife and daughter. A demon hunter appears and tells the fishermen that he will rid them of the demon fish. He begins reciting incantations before them, then throws a homemade bomb into the water. It explodes, and he captures a large fish. Everyone thinks this fish is the demon that devoured the fishermen. They pull it from the water and joyfully greet the demon hunter, offering him food and gifts. But another man named Chen arrives and tells them they're mistaken. The fish they caught isn't a demon. When asked who he is, Chen introduces himself as a novice demon hunter. He tries to convince them the fish is just ordinary, but the other hunter angrily responds that the demon devoured a poor man right in front of his daughter. He calls Chen an idiot for claiming the fish is ordinary. The dead fisherman's wife slaps Chen and calls him heartless. Then the men grab him and beat him. Chen cries out, trying to convince them that the demon fish is still in the lake and will devour them if they enter the water. But the first demon hunter tries to reassure them, saying it's safe to go into the water now that he has killed the demon. The villagers remain scared and hesitant, so the demon hunter pushes one of them into the water to prove it's safe. Everyone cheers, jumps into the water, and starts celebrating. Meanwhile, the fisherman tied Chen by his hands as punishment. He watches helplessly as they swim joyfully, knowing the demon is still in the lake. Suddenly, he sees it approaching from a distance. He yells for everyone to get out quickly, but no one listens. The demon attacks and devours a woman right before their eyes. Panic erupts as everyone tries to flee. The demon stretches out its limbs beneath the water, grabbing people from the shore. Chaos breaks out. Chen shouts at everyone, urging them to pretend to be statues and not move, so that the demon won't be able to locate them. The villagers obey and stay completely still. At that moment, the little girl, the daughter of the dead fisherman, gets scared and runs toward her mother. Chen tries in vain to stop her. The demon extends its limbs underwater and grabs the poor child from behind. Her mother runs to her and grabs her daughter's legs while villagers rush to help free her from the limb squeezing her head. A fisherman runs in with a spear and cuts the demon's limb. The child nearly falls into the water, but her mother manages to hold on to her. However, they suddenly see the demon devour the little girl right before their eyes and drag her under the water. Then the demon rises behind the mother, its face like a tiger's and its body like a fish. The mother pleads with it to return her daughter, but the demon immediately devours her too. It strikes the wooden pillars under the bridge and destroys it. A baby placed in a basket starts sliding off the collapsing wooden plank and nearly falls into the water. But at that very moment, Chen manages to free himself. He jumps onto the edge of the plank to prevent the basket from falling. He grabs the other demon hunter and drags him onto the plank to add more weight, helping the basket slide back toward them. But the demon hits the plank again from below, causing the baby's basket to fall. Chen grabs the demon hunter and jumps after it, chasing the basket before the demon can reach it. He throws the basket into a fishing net and then quickly climbs out of the water. The demon sees the basket caught in the net and leaps toward it to devour it, but someone cuts the rope attached to the large fish they had previously caught. Chen climbs up quickly and grabs the baby from the basket. The demon strikes the pillars again, causing the plank to tilt toward him so he can reach the baby. Chen jumps to the other side of the plank, managing to carry the baby with him. He turns and sees the demon fish now at the end of the plank. Chen grabs the cowardly demon hunter and pulls him onto the end of the plank to use their combined weight as leverage. But their weight isn't enough to catapult the demon out of the water. Then the villagers take heart and jump onto the plank too. Still, it's not heavy enough. Finally, a large and heavy woman jumps on the same side. The demon fish is launched into the air, and they capture it. As soon as the demon is out of the water, it transforms into a young human man. The villagers are enraged and want to kill the young man, but Chen steps in front of them to calm them down. He tells them he will handle the situation. He spreads out a mat, places his belongings on it, and sits down in front of the demon. Chen pulls out a book of children's songs and starts singing to the demon, hoping it will return to its original kind nature, because he believes it once had a good heart. The demon looks at him, confused and embarrassed. Chen continues singing, believing he will influence the demon to return to innocence. But the demon tricks him and strikes him. Suddenly, a young woman appears. She grabs the demon by the hair and strikes him. Then she pulls out a bag, shrinks him down, and traps him inside. She approaches Chen and introduces herself as a professional demon hunter named Aduan. She's surprised by how Chen was handling the demon and asks about the book he was singing from. Chen tells her it's a book of children's songs, and that these songs bring out the hidden goodness in a demon's heart, returning it to its true nature. But Aduan mocks him, saying he's still a beginner and knows nothing about demons. The villagers are impressed by Aduan for saving them from the demon. They begin thanking her and offering her gifts, while Chen feels deeply frustrated and sad. He goes to his master, tells him what happened, and admits he failed again to bring a demon back to its good essence. The master encourages him and tells him not to lose hope. He assures Chen that mercy and goodness exist in every demon's heart. They only need someone to free them from evil. As an example, the master catches a snake in a tree, removes its venomous fangs, and releases it peacefully, showing that he has removed the evil from it, just as Chen hopes to do with demons. Chen is touched by his failure and cries over the people the demon devoured, but his master hugs him, reassures him, and tells him that he is a good student and that one day he will achieve his goals. We then move to a couple entering a restaurant to eat pork. The waiter welcomes them and serves them a delicious meat dish. When the waiter asks for their opinion, they say they've never tasted anything so good and ask to meet the cook. The cook, a respectable and handsome young man, approaches and sits down in front of them. He doesn't want to talk, but the couple insists he explain how he prepared the dish. The young man then opens his mouth, revealing a terrifying sight. The couple tries to flee the restaurant, but the cook attacks and kills them. Later, Chen arrives at the restaurant and finds many customers. A waitress welcomes him and says she'll find him a good table. Chen looks around and notices dead bodies hidden among the guests. The waitress returns, saying she found him a seat. Chen tells her he is a demon hunter and demands she reveal her true form. Then he strikes her in the face, knocking off her mask. When she attacks him, Aduan appears. She pushes Chen aside and strikes the waitress until she explodes and turns to dust. Aduan then attacks the two other demon clients, making them explode one after the other. She removes the bracelets from her wrists, throws them to the ground, and they multiply into many more bracelets, each one exploding. She shouts loudly, demanding the demon present in the restaurant to show itself. The cook appears behind her and begins fighting her. The cook fights fiercely, but Aduan manages to trap him with the magical bracelets. The cook resists and attacks, but she eventually grabs hold of him. He transforms into a wild boar. Aduan calls out to Chen, who rushes to help. She instructs him to suck the demon's soul out through the boar's mouth. But Chen hesitates. He's disgusted and doesn't want to approach. Aduan then screams in his face, threatening that he will die if he doesn't obey. Chen gathers his courage, puts his mouth on the boars and begins to suck out the demon's soul. Aduan grabs the soul from Chen's mouth and traps it in her bag, believing she's now in full control. However, the demon continues to stir violently inside the bag until it rips open and escapes in its wild boar form. Chen and Aduan flee the collapsing restaurant and head into the forest. There, Aduan tends to her wound and tells Chen she wants to hunt the demon boar for the reward. Chen responds that he doesn't care about the reward. All he wants is to help people and protect them from the demon's evil. He thanks her for saving him back at the restaurant. At that moment, Aduan closes her eyes, signaling that she wants a kiss. But Chen pretends not to understand. Aduan tells him plainly that when a girl closes her eyes, she wants the boy to kiss her, and she confesses that she loves him. Chen runs away from Aduan, saying he doesn't have time for love. He goes to his master, who notices that Chen is in love, but Chen denies it, claiming he is seeking a greater meaning in life. He says Aduan's way of chasing material rewards goes against their beliefs. Chen explains that unlike Aduan, He seeks to help demons return to their original goodness, not simply to destroy them for profit. The master tells Chen that he cannot defeat the demon boar alone. He must seek help from the MonkeyKing, a powerful demon who has been imprisoned for 500 years inside a mountain crater. The master warns Chen not to be deceived by the MonkeyKing if he asks to be freed. If the seal is broken, he might return to his evil ways. Then the master gives Chen the children's songbook and sends him on his journey. Chen sets off and falls into a trap, ending up hanging upside down by a rope tied to his leg. A wooden cart appears, and a group of bandits emerges. He sees that they have captured Duan, whose hands appear to be tied. The leader of the gang tells Chen that they kill all demon hunters who cross their path and asks him if he is one. Before Chen can answer, Duan jumps in, claiming they are married and that Chen only sings children's songs. She shows them his songbook to support her lie. The gang leader becomes suspicious and asks Duan to prove that she is really married to Chen by having an intimate moment with him right in front of her. Chen and Duan are both extremely embarrassed. Duan begs Chen to cooperate to save their lives and urges him to remove his clothes quickly. But Chen yells that he would rather die than do such a thing. To scare him, the gang leader strikes another prisoner with her sword. Chen becomes angry and tells them they are worse than animals. Duan grabs Chen, still trying to convince him to go along with her plan. That's when Chen notices that Duan's hands are not actually tied. He realizes she is in on it. Duan then yells at the gang, revealing to Chen that the entire scenario was staged. These weren't real bandits. They were her assistants. She had asked them to help her scare Chen into having a relationship with her, but he's too stubborn and refuses to listen. Chen is shocked and tells Duan that he is a simple man, unfamiliar with love, and that his dream is to become a true demon hunter and save many lives. Then Duan confesses that she too has a dream, to find the man of her dreams. She tells him that ever since she saw him yesterday, she felt he was the one, but Chen calls her crazy and gets ready to leave. Angry and hurt, Duan orders her men to seize him and lock him up. She then speaks with her assistant, confessing that she doesn't know how to seduce Chen and can't dance well either. The assistant tells her that she will perform an extremely seductive dance in front of Chen to charm him. To do this, she sticks an enchanted paper doll on Duan's back, activated with a talisman, and warns her that her body will now move in sync with the doll. As the assistant dances outside, Duan's body mimics her movements in front of Chen, performing the seductive dance. But during the dance, the assistant notices the man she struck with the sword earlier is still bleeding. She becomes furious and hits him again. This causes Duan's body to also hit Chen. Terrified by what just happened, Duan runs away. Then the paper doll flies off her back and sticks to Chen instead. Now Chen's body begins moving exactly like the assistant's. He starts dancing uncontrollably. The men surround him and beat him up. Just then, the furious demon boar reappears, seeking revenge. Everyone jumps into a car and speeds away, but the demon boar chases them and cuts off their path. Chen and the others steer the car directly at the demon, planning to crash into it. At the last second, Duan pushes Chen out of the vehicle to protect him from injury. The car smashes into the demon boar and crashes. Chen rushes to Duan's side, thinking she is dead. He weeps over her, but she opens her eyes and tells him she was only pretending. Suddenly, the demon boar appears again, but a giant tiger leaps in as well. We discover that this tiger is actually a powerful demon hunter who can transform into animal forms. Using his powers, he manages to defeat the demon boar. The tiger then tries to catch the boar, but another demon hunter intercepts him, wanting to capture the demon alone and claim the reward. This second hunter seems to have the ability to stretch his leg to incredible lengths. At the same time, a third demon hunter arrives, the lame prince, who also wants the reward. A debate erupts between the three hunters over who will capture the demon boar. Chen shouts at them, saying that what they're doing won't save anyone from the evil of the demon. He urges them to unite and eliminate the demon together. The lame prince mocks Chen, asking who this beggar is who dares to speak without permission. Despite the ridicule, Duan is touched by Chen's words and decides to stand with him because she loves him. But Chen turns to her and shouts in her face that she cannot join him. He demands that she return the songbook she took from him. Furious and heartbroken, Duan grabs the songbook, tears it into pieces, and throws the fragments into the air. Chen becomes enraged and is about to hit her, but stops himself. Duan, now overcome by anger, slaps him hard. She accuses him of rejecting and insulting her over and over again, and says she was a fool for thinking he was the man of her dreams. She declares that he is not worth her time. Duan storms off and joins the lame prince to make Chen jealous and show him she doesn't care. Chen, however, continues his journey, climbing a mountain where the Monkey King is imprisoned beneath a giant lotus flower. He enters the crater and finds a strange man claiming to be the Monkey King, imprisoned for 5 centuries without seeing anyone. The Monkey King pretends to be full of remorse and repentance. He insists that he is no longer evil and begs Chen to remove the sealed stone, promising to serve him. Chen quickly realizes the stone is the seal of his prison. When he refuses to release him, the Monkey King's attitude changes. He becomes angry, trying to hide the pain from his wounded hands as he breaks bamboo stalks to prove he still has strength. He attempts to escape but is struck by lightning from the heavens. Then, the Monkey King once again pretends to be enlightened and begs Chen to believe him. Chen offers him a chance to prove his sincerity by helping humans defeat the demon boar. The Monkey King complains that he hasn't eaten a single banana in 500 years. Chen gives him one and explains the plan to lure the demon boar. They must find a beautiful young woman to sing and dance under the full moon that very night. Duan suddenly leaps into the crater and volunteers for the task. The Monkey King teaches her how to perform the moon dance. That night, Duan steps out beneath the full moon and begins her elegant dance while Chen plays his instrument. Their performance successfully attracts the demon boar. The Monkey King calls out from the crater, and when the demon boar sticks its head in, he transforms it into a small creature. He hands it to Duan, who places it in her magical sack and shrinks it down. This way, Duan manages to capture her second demon and gives it to Chen so he can purify it of evil. Chen thanks her. Duan then closes her eyes again, signaling her wish for a kiss from him, but Chen once more pretends not to understand. Duan becomes angry and reminds him that he is the man of her dreams and that she wants to marry him. She magically transforms her bracelets into a ring and puts it on his finger as a symbol of marriage. Chen, refusing her love, tries in vain to remove the ring. He finally grabs a stone and tries to break his finger just to take it off, declaring that he doesn't love Duan and doesn't want to marry her. Heartbroken, Duan removes the ring and tells him that she will leave. Before she goes, she returns the songbook after having spent 3 full days gathering the torn pages and gluing them back together for him. Then she leaves the crater. Chen follows after her. As he walks, memories of Duan's moonlit dance come back to him. He realizes how deeply he hurt her. At that moment, he hears the Monkey King's voice behind him, asking to see the moonlight for the first time in 500 years and begging Chen to cut the lotus flower that covers the top of the mountain. Chen cuts it. The flower immediately bursts into flames. It was the seal. The curse is broken, and the Monkey King transforms back into his terrifying original form, a wild, furious monkey. He lashes out at Chen for deceiving him and orders him to stop praying. He grabs Chen by the hair, trying to force him to lower his hands, but Chen remains firm and continues to pray. Just then, the 3 demon hunters appear. The lame prince with the gigantic leg, the shape-shifting hunter, and the tiger warrior. They decide to play a game to determine who will fight the Monkey King first. The winner steps forward and showcases his skills, but the Monkey King lunges at him and devours him instantly. Next, the giant with the enormous leg attacks, but the Monkey King pierces his leg and flings him away with a single blow. The lame prince throws his swords, but the Monkey King dodges them and strikes back with his own spear. The prince then combines his blades into a single great sword, but it still cannot pierce the Monkey King's powerful body. Terrified, all of them flee. The Monkey King turns back toward Chen, who is still praying. At that moment, Duan appears behind Chen and strikes the Monkey King to protect him. Chen urges her to run, but she refuses. She fights the Monkey King using her magical bracelets, but they are ineffective. The Monkey King hits her with a double blow to the head. Wounded and on the ground, Duan asks Chen if he still refuses to admit his love for her. Chen finally confesses that he loved her from the very first moment he saw her, and that his love for her has never left his heart. Hearing this, Duan dies with a smile, satisfied. Chen embraces her while weeping and kisses her with closed eyes, just as she had once asked him. Then he transforms her bracelets into a ring and places it on her finger to make her his bride. But the Monkey King casts her body into the sky and explodes it before Chen's eyes, destroying the woman he loves. Chen begins to sing from his songbook, and suddenly a statue of Buddha rises from the mountain. The Monkey King, in rage, smashes the statue, but Chen keeps praying. Then a divine spiritual statue of Buddha appears in the sky. A gigantic hand reaches down toward the Monkey King, who transforms into a giant gorilla to resist, but he cannot withstand Buddha's hand. In a flash, the Monkey King finds himself in a peaceful green garden. He has returned to his human form, now free from evil. Chen approaches, removes the ring from his own finger, and places it like a crown on the Monkey King's head. The Monkey King weeps and embraces Chen, who has brought him enlightenment and restored the goodness in his heart. Chen then returns to his master, now enlightened, and tells him that he has completed his mission. He affirms his determination to continue his journey westward, to free more people from suffering and return more demons to their original kind nature. At the end of the film, we see Chen walking into the distance toward the west, with the 3 reformed demons following him, continuing his quest.